Hello everybody, this is the Elder Scrolls Beta and this is the Nightblade Class. What I'm going to do is show you guys some of the moves that are happening here so you can see the combat. Afterwards I'll go over and show you guys what the skills actually do, but this is a pretty public area so there's going to be a lot of fighting going on, but you'll be able to see what the combat looks like. This is, in my experience, one of the faster classes that as far as combat is concerned. So move around a lot more. In and out of stealth, obviously. This is their thief type class that they're trying to push. It's been the most fun that I've played so far as well, so that's a big deal because a couple of the classes were really pretty boring, and you don't want that. But playing this, it definitely makes me feel like this game has a lot more potential than it did originally, based on the fact that I actually feel like I'm doing something in combat. I'm not just pressing the buttons. It's got a lot more feel to it. Like, they added the ability to, when you are actually hitting things, it makes noises and has some sort of, I guess the word would be resistance to it. So your hits don't feel like you're just, beating through nothing. There's actually some substance there to it. But as you can see, he bounces around pretty good. He's very versatile as far as movement goes. I love this, the dash ability right there is fantastic. You will find yourself without mana quite often. I think I'm level 8. Yep, level 8. And I waited until level 8 to show you guys because it gets a little more fleshed out towards then. In the beginning, you're really only running like 1 or 2 skills, which sucks, but it is what it is. It's an MMO. You kind of have to expect that you're not going to have all the skills all at once. But there's a couple different ways to go about things. You can stealth in, and you have moves that do more damage when you're stealth, obviously. You can crouch in. It'll put you into like a stealthy type mode. I'll show you just a second here. Get these guys. Okay, when you go down in a crouch, it'll open up an eye. If you have hidden, obviously it means you're hidden, but since that person saw me, you don't get the damage boost. But if you were to get up to a person like this person right here, if you sneak up behind this person and then do it, you'll see it's a much bigger chunk. And your ult is pretty boring at this point. But like I said, it's all very low level. And there's not really anything that keeps you from using any of the weapons you want, which is nice. There's no, you can't not use axes or whatever it is. So it's neat. When you start the game, you would immediately get to choose between a bunch of different things. That's just got a new item. Looks like it's pretty good. So, is it two-handed? Yeah, see, we'll show you for instance right now. I've been dual wielding forever, but I'm going to change for no reason to a two-handed axe and see how this goes. We'll sneak up on this guy right here. Super sneaky. Come up behind that guy. You can still use the two-handed axe. It doesn't change anything as far as the combat goes. So they give you the ability to use pretty much whatever weapons you want. You're not ever held back when it comes to that. I'm going to go after this guy one more time. I got so much stuff last time. Alright, so we'll go over, kind of find a spot right here. This is actually what the skills look like right here. What happens is when it gets to a certain point, you'll notice that it'll have a full bar. Basically, you use it, it levels up like it does in Skyrim. When it gets to that point, you'll be able to use it and change it into something else. Like this move, for instance, it used to do the movement to it and do damage and stun, but on upgrading it you get to choose 2 branching skill paths, one of which makes it so it does your next additional attack does 30% more damage afterwards. So each one of the skills have that. We'll start right at the top, I suppose. The first move is just basically damage. The lower they get on the health, the more damage it does, or when they get to a certain point it does a big boost of damage. And because again I upgraded this, it gives me a little health. When I kill somebody with that move, the dash, I already went over that, it dashes straight to them and does that, like teleport type thing. Here you got your passives. You have to spec into your passives, and you get 1 skill point per level, which kind of sucks. I've gotten a couple from quests, but that's just the way that goes. So this gives you increased weapon damage while you're invisible. This gives you a little, restores some of your mana or magica or whatever they call it, every time you get a kill with that move, so that's neat. You got your Shadow Cloak, which makes you invisible. They have moves that morphs into that makes it a little better. But this is just straight damage unless you're stealth, and then it gives you a stun. And then there's just this move that steals health from people and does a little damage. But as you can see, you can go through all these, and regardless of what you want, you can pick into those things as well. So if I decided I wanted to start with staffs or bows or any of those things, you can. Or maybe you're limited, but as far as I can tell, I think you can do whatever you want after a certain point it unlocks. Unlock at bow rank 2. Yeah, so you'd have to use bows for a little bit and then you can do that, but obviously there's armor with the passives, they have world things that you can do, there's the Fighters the Fighters Guild that you can join, and it gives you things like intimidating, where in a Fallout type scenario you can intimidate people and it'll make them do things that you want them to do. Make things easier. You don't have to bribe them in certain instances, but overall, not terrible. As you can see, the combat is fluid, it's fun, but I feel like it'll get fleshed out more as the time goes on. So, regardless, a lot of fun. I'm not having a terrible time playing it. I wish there was some minor changes to it, but I think this is the game that you're going to see most likely. Oh, a Sky Shark. If you get 3 of these, you get an extra skill point, so finding those is always cool. But either way, that's the Nightblade class, and I'll try and show you guys the other classes as well so you can get an idea of what they look like and see what you're in for when you finally get into the Elder Scrolls Online, if that's something you choose to do. Thanks for watching, and if you like the video, feel free to subscribe and like if you like, because that's what liking is. Thanks.